Yo, what's up? Back again. Metal Gear Solid 3. Day 9. Let's get into this. To start off the stream, I'll just start it off, and then we'll start talking a little bit. These are my save files. The last time I ever played this game. I really want. I'll load this save file. How's that? Okay. We'll see how far we can get on that.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Still showing a high-pressure mass. Cigar and put on your mask.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the...
Here's the world the talking begins.
No, the virtuous
initiation ritual.
Don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years
Now
ago,
here's all the history.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my side. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent? Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Whoa. All right. 17 minutes in and we can already play the game. A far cry from MGS2's like 20-minute opening. So, welcome. Welcome back to the stream. And we're playing MGS3. Snake Eater. Now, I'd like to start off the stream first by giving the people what they want. I know how much you guys love hearing about my sleep deprivation. So I'll have you know I'm running on 28 hours of sleep. It's 10:38 p.m. where I'm at right now, so I'm sure you can figure it out. I want to make the stream short, but not too short, so I can get my sleep back on track. Survival viewer. Solo. Stealth. The red pill? What? Snake is based? Solo. Ooh. Haha.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you?
Oh,
A legendary soldier and your mentor.
the boss?
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ooh.
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
Sokolov. Snake, try to remember the basics of CQC. Okay, now we can actually start playing again. So my intention with this game and this stream and today... Oh, Calorie Mate. We are not gonna play for a long time. Oh, they're trying to have the Patriot. Cool. But I will make that up on Friday by streaming even longer. No. I do have the Infinity. Do you think... How do you guys feel about me using the Infinity face paint already? I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point. Oops. Let's go with Leaf. Alright, just wanted to check everything. Okay, so yeah. 28 hours non-stop awake. And honestly, I'm getting so... Snake Eater. Ah. I'm getting so tired that I'm not even getting tired anymore. I'm sort of going past the point of just dropping unconscious. So I really want to get to sleep before I pass like 12 a.m. or something, and I end up waking, you know, like at 2 p.m. again tomorrow. God forbid that happens. We'll never see it coming. Wow. What is this, some type of alligator in a Russian jungle? Makes sense. Oh, you want to see something else that makes sense? Let me see if I can pull it off. Good thing I picked up these inconspicuous grenades here, right? Is this mouth open? No, it's not. Hey, open your mouth, dude. Don't just walk away from me. Open your mouth. There you go. Eat up. Oh. Oops. God damn it. Oh, that actually hit him. Okay. I won't waste my time on... Do not waste my time with talk. We gotta get moving here. I don't have much time. Time is the only thing we all truly run out of. Isn't that something, right? I feel like I'm gonna need this over here. Oh yeah, a suppressor. Why would a random suppressor be here? Who knows, right? I'm sure Snake doesn't, but I'm glad it's there. So yeah, it's been kind of a hectic day, if you can even call it that. Oh, people? What the hell are Russians doing in this jungle? What the hell is a jungle doing in Russia? Crawl? Like a snake? Okay. I should probably eat something. Let's eat, whatever this is.
Not too bad.
What is that, an alligator? A crocodile? What's the difference? I don't know.
That's enough. No more.
Oh yeah, this has been a pretty hectic day, if you can call it a day. I usually determine days by the sleep that you take between them. So, you know, it's still technically yesterday for me. You might not see it that way, and that's fine. We can have differing opinions, but I don't know, I feel very tired, my muscles ache, and I don't really feel like doing anything except sleeping. And yet here I am streaming. What is wrong with me? Pledge allegiance to the grind. Am I right? Where's that other guy? Oh, there he is. Do I want one of those? I sure do. Yum. Oh, I hope nobody sees me just stand up and start running. Oh yeah, I keep going off topic. What's wrong with me? Yeah, it's been a hectic day. I haven't slept. I've been meaning to do some stuff. I did do a lot of stuff, actually. Oh, here's a fun fact. I found my PS2. My original PS2 from like 10 years ago that I've been missing ever since. I found it in some random drawer in my house. Isn't that funny? I was literally just... I was like...
Something there.
Not anymore. Yeah, I was literally like... I was looking for something, and I was like, you know, why don't I look in this other place? And then that led me to another place, and I went to another place, and I opened up another drawer, and I was like, what's this heavy thing? What? Is that a... What's that block? And then I lifted up some papers, and sure enough, it's my PS2! I've been missing this for like 10 years. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I'm still missing my controller and the power for it. I basically only found the PS2 and the component cables. So, I still have to look around my house. Unfortunately, for those other things. Golova.
I want some more.
So yeah, expect some PS2 gameplay. Not soon, or, you know, probably this month, or next month, or maybe not even 2 months from now, or maybe even 3 or 4, or even 6 months from now. But expect it someday. It's gonna happen. I swear to God. It's gonna happen. Wasn't there a soldier, like, over here? But yeah. I cleaned it up. The component... Sorry about that. Something came up real quick, but it's all good now. I guess there was no soldier down here. The component cable works. Or should I say composite? I don't even know. It's definitely the right one. And... you want to know what the funniest thing was for me? When I opened up the disc tray, can you guess what game was still inside? Take your wildest guess. Out of every single PS2 game that's been ever released, What do you think was in my missing PS2 for 10 years? I'll give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, if you guessed Resident Evil 4, then you get 10 points. A dump, you say? An absolute dump. Look at those soldiers, though. Yeah. Resident Evil 4. Uh-huh. Yeah, one of my favorite games. One of my favorite games ever. Probably, maybe top 20? I don't know exactly where it ranks, but it's definitely up there. Was the last game I ever played before I had my PS2 confiscated from me for being such a bad boy. Yeah, I was kind of a bad boy. So what? But anyways, it's all clean now. It's no longer dusty. You know, it's, no power, no controller, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. So, as far as I can tell, at least. Oh. Nope. Nope. I forgot how to CQC. There we go. There goes my no alert run. Ah! That's what I get for running, huh? Ah! Is that gonna hurt? Okay. I completely lost my train of thought. They'll never find me here. Will they? Yeah, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I definitely have to do a Resident Evil 4 stream someday. I would expect that, you know, this month or next month, or even, you know, 2 months from now, or even 3 months, or like 6 months from now.
What's wrong?
But expect it in the future. It's gonna happen for sure. I just, I wanna mod it.
Alert formation.
I've played Resident Evil 4 like so many times. I don't want to play it again without, you know, something new to it.
What's wrong?
But I don't exactly know how to do that on the PC. Not many mods, surprisingly, that I can readily access. So I'll have to look into that. Here I am talking about Resident Evil 4 and we're playing MGS3.
You must be Sokolov. No. I'm a CIA agent.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago. I have a message from him. He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Crew. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Ooh.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland.
Immediately into the history lesson. Hmm.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the
Huh?
Volgin will come, I'm sure.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to Beaver.
Your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
The implication here is that they're speaking Russian.
Is that so?
And Snake is so
A frightening country.
fluent in it that it's just natural language, you know. That's the explanation, at least, for why everybody is speaking English in Russia. Hey, you can call it some sort of lingua franca, I guess. Will do. I'll try to, at least. So yeah, this game in particular, we'll talk about MGS3 for a bit. This game in particular, as far as I know, was kind of like an apology for MGS2. Because even though MGS2 is kind of highly regarded today, back when it was released, it was kind of like the black sheep of the family. Like the most uninteresting, unwanted, hated game there was. So, from what I know, this game is kind of like an apology letter to the fans for MGS2. And so that's why it went back to Big Boss. Because, spoiler alert, this is Big Boss before he was Big Boss. Snake's father. Technically, Snake's father, I guess. A clone. Solid Snake's DNA came from this guy.
So this is the legendary boss.
And this is essentially an origin story. Isn't that cool? This guy might seem a bit familiar. But for those who have been watching the streams, Josh Keaton, isn't that Spider-Man? Spider-Man's voice actor from Spectacular Spider-Man? Kind of a random thought. Isn't that him? That was some fancy shooting. He said the thing. How was that? Okay. And here, we are going to drop our first save. Yes. Would like very much to save the game. New file. Yes. Cool. Look at that time difference, though. I was in sophomore year in 2017. I think. More like junior year. I don't know. I don't remember. No, yeah, I was in sophomore year. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Oops, I have no more battery in my controller. Luckily, I planned for this outcome. Okay, now I can hear it. Speaking of have a little fun,
Snake, what have you done? You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.
huh? The Colonel? Snake? Change the future? Time paradox? What? We'll get into that later. Now there's a fun little rabbit hole to go down if you really want to explore the meaning behind that ending, that game over screen, I mean. Oh yeah, I don't have stealth camo in this game. I always get spotted, and sure enough, we were kind of close, but eh. I think this is the game that introduced the mechanic of, oh, if you don't get spotted once in the entire game, you get stealth camo. I think. But you can also shoot these Kerotans, I think they're called. Kerotan. And there's like 60 of them or something. Something ridiculous like that. And if you shoot them all, then you get stealth camo. So there's two ways. You don't have to play especially good to get that. Honestly, that kind of scared me. I heard that all in my left ear, and I kind of jumped. What the hell is that? Solo. Phase 2? All right. We just gotta cross this bridge. Listen, man, we just gotta cross this really suspicious and innocuous bridge. It's a really rickety bridge that is literally being held together by ropes. And all we have to do is cross this huge chasm that has this river running underneath it. All right, you got that? Nothing's gonna happen. We just gotta cross this bridge. Just gotta cross this bridge, man. What? What? A man controlling hornets? What? What am I looking at here? Is that a giant flying metal bird? What? And there's people inside of it? What kind of madness is this? Kuwabara. Kuwabara. What? Snake is like 29 in this or something. 27, I think, actually. Gotta hurt. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Ah. I think that is just like the weakest scream. That is so uncharacteristically unfit for that moment. He got thrown off a bridge and he's like, oh. What happened to Snake?
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go.
More or less. So now this is the game's tutorial on the cure system. Alright, so a cut. We need stomach aches, treating colds, food poisoning, and venom. We don't need that. Burns, no. Cuts and gunshots. Alright. Stop the bleeding. Bandage, and then suture. There we go. More or less, that's the whole process. Infect. Broken bone. So we need a bandage and a splint. Bandage, and that's it. Alright. Cut. We need to disinfect, styptic, bandage, and suture. And another cut. Essentially the same process. And we're good as new. Whew. With as much training as I've got. Sorry, I phrased that wrong. If you practice as much as I have, you'll be able to fix any injury just as quickly. The boss's bandana. I'll try to. Huh. I wonder whose bones those are. It's a surprise tool that'll come in handy later. From the cut content I know about this game, I think they actually were supposed to like see each other or something. It was supposed to be a different scene, you know, and I think they were supposed to be much closer, but they ended up using the animations anyway for that. Oh, who's the woman? Did anyone else catch that? Did her pupil, like, Was their pupil like on the wrong layer for a second? Fun fact. The reason he says remember the Alamo is because that's a Davy Crockett portable nuclear warhead launcher. And for those of you who don't know, Davy Crockett fought in San Antonio. I think that's where the Alamo is. Against the Mexicans during, you know, one of the most iconic battles of Texas history. So, Davy Crockett, Alamo, that's what it's called. That's what the nuke launcher is called. Just a little fun fact for you out there. Oh yeah, I would like to save. Wouldn't be the first time Snake's been exposed to radiation. Yeah, okay. So we killed Ocelot, and we got our first game over. So you can already expect what this game's gonna be like. All right. So that is where I'll leave you guys. I really gotta go get some sleep. Well, I'll load the save that we just made for Friday's game. But, you know, thanks for tuning in on this short stream. I usually try and stream around 2 to 3 hours every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I just can't today. I'm up 29 hours now, I think. It's 11:50. So yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. But we'll see how long the stream is on Friday. Wink wink. But anyways, again, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you when I see ya. Peace.